Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here, and I'm back with another Transformers review, and this time we're going to take a look at another Megatron. I'm going to look at G2 Megatron. So here he is in his glorious tankness and hideous colors, and yeah, totally different. This is a G2 figure. It's one of the larger figures. I don't know if you'd call this a leader class, or if it was a Voyager class. It was the bigger figure. There were two of these guys. There was a smaller one that had like a squirt gun type of cannon. I think that was called a Hero class. And then there's this guy, and this guy is the bigger one. I actually got this in Bowling Green, Kentucky. There was it was like a cross between a comic book store and a record store. And this was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I got this. I was living down there briefly, and then I used to frequent that shop a lot, and this is one of the figures I picked up down there, and I got him pretty cheap. I think I paid like $5 or $6 for this figure, and the reason I bought the figure is it's in good condition. It's in really good condition. There are a couple things wrong with it, and I'll kind of go over it. I mean, it's an old toy. But I never had the G2 Megatron, and I kind of liked him in the fact that he's a large figure. That was one of my things I didn't like about the Megatron, G1 Megatron toy. He wasn't very big. And a lot of people don't like this figure because Megatron is a gun, he's not a tank. And well, what I say to that, frankly, is tanks are way more destructive than a handgun. So it makes more sense to me that he turns into a tank. It always has. The color scheme is questionable. I can appreciate the fact that they went with a camouflage, but the color is just so atrocious. This green and purple, for some reason it reminds me of a Russian tank. I don't know why, this thing just does. Obviously fake turret up at the top. Now, the original figure had a missile that would go in, or the original, this is the original figure, but initially when it came out, it had a missile that would go in here, and then you could launch it from back here. That never came with this particular figure because it was just loose sitting in the comic shop, and well, it was $5. It's in pretty good shape. There's some sticker peel there, and some sticker peel there, but nothing really bad. There's a few scratch marks on it here and there, paint scuffs and that kind of stuff. I mean, this was definitely played with. Whoever had it played with it, which is good. It's nice. But overall, I mean, it's pretty good. The detail on the thing is remarkable. I love the fact it's got camouflage. The treads look really nice. It's got little wheels, roll-around wheels underneath. I believe this thing initially had lights and sounds. It is a 1992 figure. It's got the little stamp on it underneath there, and the green treads are kind of funny. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good. It's got really nice detail, and it is a big figure. In comparison, here is Drift, and it's actually relatively decent scale to the Drift figure here. Something a little bit newer. Here is Knockout from Transformers Prime, a quote-unquote deluxe figure. Very tiny. It's actually maybe more in scale with it. So, yeah, overall, really good tank mode. I like this mode. Relatively simple transformation. You're going to simply kind of fold this down here. You're going to unfold the pieces here, and then you can flip the legs around like thus, and then you're going to fold those in back that way. Bring this, kind of set it back down there. He's got these tiny little feet, itty bitty little feet, which kind of doesn't make much sense, but it's there. Then you're going to fold these arm pieces down. And he's a little old, so he's a little bit loose. As you can see, that side's not very loose at all over here. What are you doing, guy? Come on, work with me. Oh my goodness. Why aren't you? There we go. And then you're going to spin the arms around so that we can see his hands in place there. and then his gun shoulder cannon is going to flip over there, and then or come to the side, and then his head pops up like that. So here he is in robot mode. He looks really good. I do like this figure in robot mode. And this is one of those figures that, I mean, he's a pretty decent size. Here he is in comparison to Beast Wars Megatron in robot mode. So he's twice the robot that little Megatron is. Here, let's see if I can get a better shot of these two guys. Yeah, there we go. So he's about twice the robot that Beast Wars Megatron is. And it's a decent figure. I mean, it's about like G1 figures where he's pretty much just a brick. There's not much articulation. His shoulders go up and down. He can't bend at the elbow. His hands don't really come out. His head does not move. The cannon doesn't really move. His knees bend, and that's about it. He has no waist articulation or anything like that. But overall, the detail's pretty good. He's got a big M on his middle of his chest where his belly button is for Megatron, I'm guessing. And then there's some good robot detail there, but those feet are just ridiculously tiny. That's kind of a fail there. They should have made those a lot bigger and fold out. It just looks really, really goofy. That's kind of the fail there. The arms are okay. Now, what I do like on the back of the figure, we do have some more robot detail going on there, and we get some robot detail there. He really has zero kibble on him. I mean, you got the front of the tank here as his chest, which is fine, and then you've got his gun, which is the turret at the top, and of course you're going to see some treads, and that's okay. But all in all, it's a very clean figure, and the head sculpt is very cool. It's very G1 Megatron head sculpt, much better, I think, than the original figures. The only thing of it is he's got a purple face, which is, I think, where Beast Wars Megatron's face came from, and he's got kind of pinkish eyes. It'd have been a lot cooler if they were actually red. And the other thing that kind of gets me, I mean, the tank mount's okay up here for the gun, but I would prefer if you could take it off and mount it onto his arm. I think that would be a lot cooler, and it would be more Megatron-like, because that is one thing with Megatron. I like the giant gun on the arm. I think that's really, really important, but it is different. It's a different take on the figure. When I know this is a very controversial figure when it came out, and it still is to some people. Some people love it and some people don't. They utterly hate it. I think it's a good figure. I like the size of the figure, and it actually sits with my Power Master Optimus Prime in my cabinet in my bedroom. So he makes a good adversary. I mean, he's just a nice, big, bulky, menacing-looking leader figure, and I think it works. I like the tank concept. I like the tank motif. The colors are very extreme, very 90s. If you could get the Gen 1 Megatron colors, I think that would be cool. It'd be nice to see this reissued in the Gen 1 colors. I think that would be a very cool reissue, and be able to take the cannon, and I don't mind it mounted here. I think it's cool, but it would be a lot cooler if you could take it off and mount it on the arm in addition to it sitting up there. So yeah, there he is, Megatron G2. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and look for more videos in the future. The future! Woo! I'm gonna shoot you.